Hi again. It's been a while. Hey, in 2025, I don't really know what I wanted with this channel. I think I started something as a project for something to do, and I didn't really know why. But now we're in a new year, new me, and I've been thinking a lot about the words consistency and discipline and how those tie into a practice of sorts. I saw a quote by Virginia Woolf. It says, "Here are my resolutions: to have none, not to be tied, to be free and kindly with myself, to stop irritation by the assurance that nothing is worth irritation, sometimes to read, sometimes not to read, to go out, yes, but stay at home in spite of being asked. As for clothes, to buy good ones." That quote kind of stuck with me because I am a person who really I set up a lot of concrete goals with actionable steps, and I kind of disappoint myself when I don't achieve what I set out to do. And I think something that will help someone like me that is more type A is to have more freedom to choose what I want to do and instead focus on the habits and the consistency that I want to build in certain aspects of my life rather than achieving certain things. And that starts here with this channel. I think it's useful for me to have this creative outlet to express myself and my opinions, to think critically, and to have something to work on, to work towards. So, all that being said, what are my goals in 2026 with this channel and with books? Well, like I said, I want to get more consistent with these videos. So, my goal right now is one video a month. So, 12 videos throughout the entire year, if that's the bare minimum. And I want each of these videos to be books of a different genre. I want to expand my horizons. I don't want to just read the same genre of books, the same authors, the same things that my friends will recommend me. Because I fall victim to the staff picks at the bookstore or the table at the bookstore with all the other books that I've also read. Oh, what's a new book that's on that same table? And instead, I want to focus on going outside of my comfort zone, reading nonfiction, reading international authors, reading history books, things that aren't normally things that I would pick up, because I think there's a lot to learn in expanding your horizons. So that is something that I'm very interested in with this new year. And I also have been really interested in the idea of book pairing, which is kind of the idea that you take the main book that you're reading and you pair it with, I don't know if it has to necessarily be nonfiction, but in what I've seen is a fiction book paired with a nonfiction book that explores the larger themes of the fiction book. So, for example, I've seen people who read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley and they pair it with books about bodily autonomy or about female authors of that era and what it meant for a female author to be writing a book about bodily autonomy and getting successful. So those kinds of things are interesting to me because I want to flex my brain a little bit. Since graduating college, there aren't as many opportunities as you think to flex your brain in certain capacities. I use it for other things that pertain to my career, that pertain to my job, that pertain to life and living and that sort of thing. But I haven't had to write an essay in 3 years. Not only will this give me the opportunity to start thinking analytically, getting the evidence to back up my reasoning, and creating an overall opinion and thesis, but it also gives me the opportunity to explore other genres, to explore what other people have to say, what other people's opinions are, and I think that's really valuable for me. I don't want to hold myself to just 12 videos. If there are other things that interest me, I also want to sprinkle those in. Something that I've been thinking a lot about is movie and TV adaptations of books. And I think that I have a unique perspective as someone who is in both the entertainment industry and has an interest in the literary world. I have a lot of opinions, and not all of them coincide with the general public because I think I have a unique view into why screenplays are different from books, why certain aspects have to be changed, why certain things need to be cut, what the directors and the writers and the producers might be thinking in terms of those things. And I also just love to see adaptations, like I could talk for days about Heated Rivalry, both the books and the series, for very different reasons, because I will be the first to say I am not a reader of the romance genre, and reading those books made me cringe to the nth degree, but I still read them in a day. Something hooked me, and I love that TV show, so there's things at play that could always be brought in. And I am going to an in-person book club tonight. I know that was a big thing last year. Going to in-person book club tonight, and we're talking about Hamnet, which I did read the book and I saw the movie, and I have a lot of opinions about both of them that coincide with each other and that are separate from each other. So that is something I am very excited to explore. Yeah, so here is to 2026. Here's to being consistent, having a little bit of discipline in expanding my brain, and in flexing creatively. I want to do these videos for fun, not just to get it done. I want to practice editing. I want to do fun
effects. I want to learn how to put in sound effects and
visual effects. I want to have fun. It's about the journey, not the destination, So cheesy. Welcome back if you are here from last time, and welcome if you're new. And I hope to see more of you each month.